Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Track Smack podcast. My name is Casey.
Here's Donny.
And this week we're going to be bringing you another musical challenge. Donny, what was our challenge this week?
Okay, so our challenge this week is we both came up with chord progressions, and then we passed it off to the other person, and then the other person had to make a song out of it. Like the best kind of song they could do with what they were given.
Right. The only restriction was that we had to use the chord progression from the other person somewhere in the song. So Donny, how did coming up with that chord progression go for you?
You mean coming up with your chord progression?
Yeah.
Because you did not like my first chord progression.
I didn't like the first
I remember.
one.
It was very chromatic. Basically, I was trying to put the C in challenge, and Casey was like, "No, I can't even start. I'm not in it for the challenge. I'm in it for the popularity and the fame."
So as you guys all know,
out.
we're both somewhat amateur musicians, and generally at my stage in my music making career, I am more comfortable working with keys. Nothing super chromatic, and Donny gave me like C, E flat, D flat, B. Like none of it fit together. There was no known key that all of this fit into. So I asked him to send me another one.
I would complain about the opposite because Casey thinks I'm 3 years old, and he gave me the easiest chord progression under the sun, and it really limited my artistic ability. So whatever happened this week, I'm going to blame on Casey.
I mean, Donny, you could embellish the chords however you want, and I wanted to make sure it was simple because I know you've only got a couple of instruments that you know how to use. And
you know what?
How fancy can the chords get on the ukulele?
On my piano, okay? There's a million chords I was about to say, but there's like only 40 or something.
All right. Well, that was our challenge for this week.
So
Donny?
We're going with your song first, right?
Mine first. All right.
So how did you feel about making this song? Like when I gave you the other chords.
Okay, so just a little backstory. I think we talked about this in the last episode, but we originally had planned this to be our first challenge, and Donny at some point had the idea that wouldn't it be cool for our first challenge to be creating the theme song that you heard before this episode, which was our last episode. So we went back and did that. So both me and Donny had worked on this challenge many weeks ago.
I did, but Casey was finishing it up to the last second over here.
Donny did.
Mine is 3 months old.
Donny's is like 3 months old or something. Mine, I do have a song that's 3 months old. Maybe it'll see the light of day at some other point, and I'll tell you about it when that happens. But
Oh, really? Okay.
I came back after we finished our last episode, and I was like, okay, I should finish up that song. I went back, I listened to it. I was like 2 months removed at this point, and it was just not working for me. I was like, I don't want this to be, my second outing on the Track Smack podcast. I didn't think it would be up to snuff. So
yeah, you got to come back harder and stronger after. I wouldn't really call it a win, but you did something last week.
A decisive victory, a rout. That's what I would call it. But so I went back to the drawing board. It took a couple days, and I came up with my song this week, which was a little challenging. Donny's chord progression that he gave me was D major, E major, C major. So those don't fit neatly into any key, but they're all close together, nice and chromatic, so you can do some maybe interesting stuff with neighbor notes. And basically, back when I was writing that previous song, I came up with like a little motif, which you're going to hear in my song. And basically, I just, sat down, looked at what I had, played the motif on the piano, and then just tried to put some stuff on top of it.
Okay. Well, I'm pumped. Yeah. Let's hear it.
All right. Oh.
Okay, so I heard your song. You heard your song too.
I did hear it. Yes.
Yeah. That was the kind of song that you could like listen to before bed, and then right as you're drifting off to sleep, you're waking up by some sort of demonic whatever. Who's it? What's it?
Yeah. That's actually exactly what I was going for. Good work, Donny.
Really?
No, actually, listening back to it, there's a few things immediately I would change. As Donny mentioned earlier, I was working on this one right up to the wire. Obviously, one of the things me and Donny are worst at right now is still mixing and mastering, and I would have moved a bunch of stuff around in that.
Yeah, there were some parts where your notes didn't exactly line up like the way you might have wanted. I'm not sure if you were actually going for that.
Correct, yeah.
But the part where you had the other melody,
yeah,
was it supposed to be like it didn't line up perfectly with the slow beat? Oh,
it should be like that.
So you're trying to invent your own style of music.
Yeah, call me Jay Dilla. But no,
Casey Chord.
Sure, no, but originally I had 30 layers to this thing, and you couldn't understand anything that was going on. And then I've got a few plugins and stuff that you need to activate them before they you need to skip a free screen before you can use them. And I didn't do that last night when I went in to work on the song, and I liked it way better without all those plugins. I liked it way better, so I just deleted all of them, and this is what we were left with.
So you know what I was most disappointed by, Casey, though? You're a musical guy. Now, why didn't you hear any of your voice on this track?
Right, I knew this was coming.
I'm coming into mine vocally raw,
right?
Exposed to the elements, and you just, what were you thinking?
Well,
how dare you?
Right, as Donny said, I am a musical guy. That meaning musical theater. I've performed in musical theater for 5 or 6 years now. I've taken classical voice lessons at a prestigious music school for the past 3 years. But you know what, Donny? What it comes down to is that I am deeply uncomfortable with my voice, and if I can get away in a challenge without using my voice, I'm probably going to do that for the time being until I get more comfortable. So maybe one of the stipulations on the next challenge should be something like, we both have to sing. Because you're right. I did kind of softball it there. I probably should have had some sort of vocal.
Yeah, well, it's okay, because my song has enough lyrics in it for anything our fans are going to want.
Okay, yeah, many lyrics.
So mine, 3 months ago, right? This is the first song I've ever written.
Oh, boy.
It only has ukulele.
Okay.
And the chord progression that you gave me, the only thing I could think of when you gave it to me was a country song.
Okay.
Now, I am no fan of country music.
I believe neither of us are.
So I thought that I would honor the genre that is country music by doing, you guessed it, another shitpost.
Oh boy.
So this was back in the shitpost era of my life.
Which
I'm in a different place now.
Day. No, I'm pretty sure you're still in the shitpost era, Donny.
Well, we'll see. We'll see in future challenges how much, Casey's hiding behind his beeps and boops, and I'm hiding behind my not really real song yet, but we'll get there.
Right.
So I mean, can we just get it started?
Yeah, I guess let's get right into it.
I just wanted to write a little ditty about a place outside the city, a place that I miss you. I think it's kinda litty that a girl like you so pretty. Maybe we could chitty, like chitty chat. Home is where your parents have sex. Jumping on the couch, put it in her mouth. Oh, home is where you prepubes. Got a boner in class from looking at Stacy's ass. When the world spits in your face, when your girlfriend won't give you dome, go back to that special place that we all call home. When you can't recall the nuclear codes, and ISIS has your family for ransom, give them uranium, they need to explode, so you can hear your mama call you handsome. By the way, I was just kidding about all that ISIS stuff. I love this great nation. Second verse. Home is why I failed my math class. Stacy came over and my dog gave my homework. Home is why Stacy and I broke up. Well, yeah, it's still a bit raw, so I'm not gonna say any more about it, but that's the picture. When the world spits in your face, when your girlfriend won't give you dome, go back to that special place that we all call home. When you get your penis pumped, but it explodes all over your girlfriend, and then she won't give you dome, well, I'll hook up with her friends. Stacy, I was just kidding. I never hook up with any of your friends, Stacy. You're the prettiest little lady in this whole town. Also, my penis didn't work because I just love you too much. That's why I came way too fast. Because it wasn't. I know I said Macy, but I meant Stacy's. Home is when the police break in. FBI, open up! Civil liberties coming for my weed. Oh, home is when your mama hugs you. Holy fucking shit. Take that fucking bomb vest off, Mom. When the world spits in your face, when your girlfriend won't give you dome, go back to that special place that we all call home. When you get your mom returned, but she was singing a different anthem. Hope I survive these napalm burns, but hey, at least I'm still handsome.
Well, that was a song, Donny. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly a shitpost like the last one. Just because something
it wasn't
attempting
more of a
to
parody.
be funny doesn't mean that it's necessarily a shitpost. Just upon the first listen, right there initially, I'm noticing a lot of similarities to that one country song Bo Burnham did.
Yeah,
vocally.
I showed this. Yeah, I showed this to my sister, and that's exactly what she said.
Yeah, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a ripoff, but I would go so far as
a ripoff. Ooh.
No, but how do you feel that went over, Donny?
We're asking you how it went over, Casey.
Okay,
you gotta give me some feedback.
Some feedback. I can't show this episode to my mom anymore. That was pretty sexually explicit there, bud.
Well, that's
lots of
country
talk
is a
about
good medium for that.
Dome, which I've not super common terminology.
I know it was
to dig into
for those little younger listeners,
right? You had to dig into the thesaurus for that one. Good work.
The old thesaurus.
No, but you know what, Donny? I'm impressed. That was.
Go ahead.
You actually went for it. You wrote lyrics, which I didn't do. You sang, which I was too uncomfortable to do. It was, as you said, very raw, but that's where we're at right now. And I think
I think
impressed.
Lyrically it was good lyrically, I think.
Lyrically it was definitely better than mine.
You shut your
Oh,
well, you had slightly better music production, but what do you listen to a song for? Philosophical discussion, everybody. I think you listen for the lyrics. I'm not hip with those old beeps and boops. All that Skrillex shit that the kids are listening to. I don't think Casey over here, he's trying to be the next Skrillex.
I don't think Skrillex trying to be still in style, Donny. I think you should drop that reference. Find a newer one.
I'm just trying to relate, to the people.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm relating to the people. Casey's relating to his mother's basement,
Ooh, I mean, I live in a dorm, so
his mother's dorm.
Anyway, Donny, in all seriousness, I am impressed. I think that was a very good. I admire what you did there.
Ah. Okay.
But at the same time, I admire. Don't quit your day job. Keep working on the comedy aspect. Because you know what, Donny, there was some funny stuff in there. Some of that was pretty funny, and I think definitely comedy, like comedic music. Lonely Island, Flight of the Conchords. It's something people do. A lot of times those people do it in a way that is still very musically sound, especially somebody like Flight of the Conchords. This could be an avenue you continue to explore if you keep honing, especially the comedy side of it as well. That could be...
yeah. Well, I'll take your classical knowledge base, as was touched on before, and I'll think about it.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Sure.
I kind of liked yours too, because honestly, it feels kind of weird to me. Well, I want to do the kind of music that you do, because I'd really like to be better at what you're better at right now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that goes in reverse, but I think I gotta work on your kind of avenue a little bit more this time, especially since it's 3 months later now, and I know exactly what I want.
Yeah.
So.
And next time I'll be working on, not being afraid to put my voice out there.
Yeah. Isn't this odd that we've come to this? This weird.
How
it's
the
like
tables turn, Donny.
Oh wait, you said something about a motif earlier. I totally forgot about this.
Oh,
what kind of motif were you going for?
D chord up to E chord, C up to D. That was in the other version of the song that I had, and when I started over, that was the only thing that I kept. That little.
So it's a
piano.
motif that only you understand. Okay.
I mean, that's what a motif is, Donny. Like in a musical sense, a motif is like a short phrase that's repeated. That's all it means.
Oh, sorry. I didn't take any music education classes in college.
No, but yeah, that's all I meant.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, so do you have any more to say, or should we talk about the challenge we're doing next week?
Yeah, I think maybe put a pin in that one, and we should discuss our challenge coming up.
So what is it again? I'm blanking.
Right. So not next week's challenge. The challenge in the next 2 weeks. This first week coming up, me and Donny have to in some way cover a song.
Right. Got it.
And what we did is we asked each other. We each found a song that we were thinking of doing, and we asked the other person if they had heard it. And we both figured out that the other person hadn't, which is good. And so the first week, we each cover a song, and then the second week, the other person takes that cover, probably without a vocal melody, and they turn it into a song. And then in next episode of the podcast, what we're going to do is we're going to tell the other person what the song was that we covered, maybe play a little bit of it, or play it for them before the podcast. I don't know about all that trademark stuff, but it'll be interesting to see, if I gave Donny American Idiot, but without the vocal line, to see what he comes up with in his version of American Idiot that he didn't know was American Idiot.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be our opportunity to place ourselves above the greats,
I definitely think we could say that we are better than Green Day. I don't think it's premature to say that.
I think we're better than most music ever.
Bob Dylan?
But, Bob Dylan.
Doesn't hold a candle.
Never heard of him.
I could have won that Nobel Prize.
I've heard of myself. I haven't heard of Bob Dylan. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, exactly. That's logic.
Okay, well, so that's about it. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. Hopefully we'll get a better upload schedule. Hopefully this mic was working better than my last time headset mic. And see you guys next 2 weeks.
Yeah, see you guys in 2 weeks. The plan right now is to be uploading on Mondays so that you guys can start your weeks off right. But we'll see if we can actually stick to that. This one should be going up sometime around Tuesday. But Thanks for listening to this episode. We hope you enjoyed the songs. Those are both going to be up onto our YouTube channel if you guys want to listen to them. And we'll see you in 2 weeks for the next challenge.
See ya.
See ya.